There we go.
All right, so let's get to practice. Today was a padded practice. Pretty sure this is going to be their only padded practice before the Bengals game on Monday Night Football. Or I guess their last padded practice before the Bengals game on Monday night because they had the scrimmage earlier this week. But not a lot of practice notes. Didn't get a lot of play-by-play, but we did get some from Linnell Willingham and Zach Shelby. So shout out to them for tweeting out some play-by-play stuff. Ja'Cory Brooks had a really good day today. He hauled in a deep pass from Jaden Daniels on a crosser for a big gain. And he also had a really nice play, a tough catch in traffic. So Ja'Cory Brooks had a really good day. And, you know, our receivers during this training camp without Tyr, without Noah Brown out there, they've been getting more opportunities. Guys like Michael Gallup, Ja'Cory Brooks, Jacoby Jones, KJ Osborne. Those guys have been given more opportunities. However, they just haven't done much with those opportunities. And Ja'Cory Brooks is one of those guys that, you know, he's had some down moments. He's had some bad moments. Like, he's had a lot of drops through camp this far. But he has also made a lot of really good plays. The first 2 days of camp, he was really good. Versus the Patriots in joint practice, he had a one-handed catch. Versus the Patriots in a preseason game, he had 5 catches for like 58 yards. Led our team in both catches and yards in that game. So, you know, he had a really good game. And today he had another good day of training camp. He's had a couple of good days, a couple of bad days, but he had another good day today. So that's good to hear from Ja'Cory Brooks because he is competing for that last receiver spot if we do keep a 6th receiver. So he continues to show or try and make a push to make the roster. Jalen Lane did a good job of showing his separation ability on a play working against Ben Nichols, safety. We picked him up as an undrafted free agent about a year ago, I'm pretty sure. And it was on a crossing route, and Jalen Lane got separation on the play, and he made the catch. So good to hear that about Jalen Lane. Hopefully he can get more opportunities on Monday night versus the Bengals. Punt returns only had 2 versus the Patriots last Friday because obviously, I mean, the Patriots, they scored a lot. They barely punted, so Lane didn't get a lot of opportunities. And in the receiving game, he didn't get a lot of opportunities as well. So hopefully we see more of Jalen Lane on Monday Night Football versus the Bengals. Good execution by the Commanders, starting offense on a screen to Debo, working against the second-team defense. And Debo got a lot of action today. Got a lot of looks in different spots like the backfield, in the slot, on the outside. So we're now starting to see how we'll really use Debo this season. Obviously, we're going to use him all over the field, like I just stated, in the backfield, in the slot, on the outside, on jet sweeps, reverses, all that good stuff, wildcat, right? So many different ways to use Debo, and I expect us to use all those ways this upcoming season, and I'm really excited to watch Debo this year. I think he's going to have a massive bounce back. We have some good news about one of the injured guys, Jordan McGee, who has been out for about the past week. He was at practice today. He participated in practice. Not sure if he participated in team drills, but I know he participated in individual drills. He had full pads on, and he was participating in practice according to Candy Waller, C-Wall on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. So good to see Jordan McGee out there, or good to hear that Jordan McGee's back out there. He's been out for the past week. We know he dealt with a hamstring injury all last year, so we really couldn't see, you know, what this group had planned for him on defense, and they still have high expectations for Jordan McGee, as do I. I think he's going to be a big contributor to this defense this year. He just has to stay healthy, so it is good to hear that he was out there today. All right, now let's move on to these press conferences. So DQ, he did not speak today. It was Kliff Kingsbury and Joe Wood Jr., the 2 coordinators. Let's start with what Joe Wood Jr. had to say. We want to save Kliff for last. So Joe Wood Jr., he talked about the defense. He said that they've had some really good practices. Obviously, we've heard great things about the defense during training camp, and they did a good job, or I would say the D-line did a good job of rushing well and working together as a unit. That's what Joe Wood Jr. said. So that's great to hear about the defense. We obviously need this D-line to be better, and we have heard great things about the D-line. He said on the Patriots preseason game that the effort was there, but the details were not, and you could definitely tell that the effort was there. Kim Medrano is a guy who showed maximum effort out there versus the Patriots last Friday. However, I mean, we got blown out, and that's because, I mean, the details just weren't there. We weren't good enough on defense. So it's not because of effort. It's just because details, like Joe Wood Jr. said. And then Joe Wood talked about Jeremy Reeves and how he just keeps making plays on defense. I mean, he was amazing versus the Patriots last Friday. I mean, he was just hitting everything he saw flying around. And Joe Wood Jr. said, although he's, really valuable on special teams, they have to figure out a way to get him in on defense. And they've liked what he's seen out of him as a third safety. So, hey, man, seems like Joe Wood Jr. and the coaching staff have pretty high hopes for Jeremy Reeves on defense as a third safety. So we'll see how much usage he gets on defense this season as our third safety, because he's had a really, really, really good training camp thus far, and he was really good versus the Patriots last Friday. Now let's talk about Kliff, and this is probably what you guys were all waiting for, to be honest with you, because Kliff gave us a real honest answer about the Terry McLaurin situation, and he said, quote, "We're kind of at that point to where we need to start getting those guys when they are available out there gelling and see where we are as a offense." And obviously there he's not just talking about Terry, he's talking about the injured guys like Brandon Coleman, Noah Brown, Sam Cosmi. We're not sure when he'll come back, but when he's back, we're going to have to get him on the field and gel, get him up to speed, rev him up, all that good stuff, right? But this is pretty much like directly aimed towards Terry and the Terry contract situation. And you can tell Kliff is, he's irritated. He's annoyed by the situation. He's annoyed that the situation is still going on because, we're 3 weeks out from the start of the regular season, 3 weeks out from our first game on Sunday versus the Giants, right, September 7th. So, we need to get Terry onto the field because Terry and him connected, or Jaden and Terry connected a lot of connection last year, obviously, throughout the entire season and in training camp before the season started. However, they still need a connection. Jaden's heading into a second year, right? They still need more rapport with each other. Terry needs rapport with other receivers like Debo Samuel, Jalen Lane, those guys we brought in, right? And he needs to get adjusted with some of the new offensive plays. So with him being out, we're not really able to do that, right? So we just got to find middle ground, man. We got to find a resolution to the situation. Both sides need to come off of their price points and, give and take some. In negotiations, you have to give and you have to take some. And right now, it feels like not a lot of that is going on. And that's really disappointing because if you asked me back in June, May, if this situation would still be going on August 15th, I would say you're crazy. There's no way. And it is. So I feel Kliff, he sounds like, hey, man, we got to get this guy onto the field because without Terry, we're cooked. I wouldn't say we're totally cooked because we still have Jaden and Kliff, obviously, but we need Terry on the field to be where we want to be as an offense this upcoming season. So that's what Kliff had to say about the Terry McLaurin situation. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're not already subbed up, and turn on notifications. Comment down below your thoughts on anything I talked about in today's video, day 14 of Commanders training camp. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.